Hey everyone, welcome in or welcome back to my channel. This is Miss Tarot, and today we have a pick a card reading. I am finally back after a long hiatus. Thank you so much for bearing with me during this energetic difficulty. But I have 3 piles here for you to choose from, and today's topic is going to be the month of May. Happy early birthday to all my Tauruses. I know that that's coming up for you, or almost into Taurus, right? Just like a couple more days since I'm recording this, but this will probably be coming out next week, which is right before the early week of the first week of May. So just coming into that, and also happy early birthday to the wonderful Geminis, which I'm a part of. So anywho, let's get looking at the 3 oracle cards that you have in front of you, and then we will get some clarifications with the tarot. Okay, so for pile 1, you have the, I believe this is the carnelian, if I remember right. This one, pile 2, is the green aventurine, and pile 3 is the tiger's eye. So go ahead and take a moment to figure out which of these stones or cards or piles speak to you, and I will see you at your reading. Hey there, pile 1s, if you chose the carnelian. No, this is not carnelian. It's fine. The orange stone. You pick the orange stone. Okay. We are going to take a look at the card for you and the rest of your reading for upcoming May. And the first card we have is Angel. Number 2, your angels are guiding and protecting you on the spiritual journey. Okay, so if you know, I don't know if a lot of my followers, or if you're watching this video, you also kind of, if you watch tarot, sometimes you kind of dabble in astrology, but we were at an astrological new year that had started with Aries season, and you know, with the eclipses and everything else that was happening, there was a lot of very heavy energy. And a lot of people kind of had a really difficult month of, you know, March and April. And it's kind of one of those things where almost like the end of any of the new year in the more traditional sense with the regular calendar, where people tend to have a lot of, you know, heavier energy as the new year approaches. And it's a time where we're just going to kind of purge everything and kind of come back into where we're supposed to be and get us back on the right track. So I think if you were having, all that to say, if you were having a very particularly difficult time in March and April, I think this is a strong and clear message to you from your angel guides that they have been there with you, holding your hand and kind of carrying you through this journey. And there isn't anything that you can't put over to them if you feel so, you know, if you feel burdened. Okay. But we are going to bust out the wisdom of the oracle. I just love this deck. And get a little bit more themes for April, and then we will get some clarification with the tarot. Jeez, I'm already off to a crazy start. But thank you so much for being here and being patient with me through my hiatus. It was definitely one of those months where I just felt incredibly depleted. I had done a few personal tarot readings for people, and they just left me absolutely just in a funk. So, all right, what we doing? Anything else? Okay. I do want one more, so just, you know, give me one more. Please, thank you. Ask and you shall receive, right? Oh, you got yin with the number 2. Okay, got 2 2s. Happy with the number 26. The Fates, number 17. And Treasure Island with the number 9. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that we're all in frame. Yes, we are. And okay, so let's kind of just break this down one by one first before we get some clarification. So we're going to look at the fates, and the fates number 17, which reduces to an 8, is a lot about kind of divine timing and things that were going to be coming into your life where it's happening for you, essentially. This particular message is very similar to the Wheel of Fortune card, where it has a lot to do with fate, karma, being accepting of things that you can't change, and knowing what those things are, being very cognizant of what you can and can't control. Okay. So, you just need to, I think what you are trying to be advised in this particular card is that there's things that you're going to understand. And, a lot of us, we kind of live in hindsight a lot of the time, because obviously we can't see the future, but in the present, sometimes things do not make sense for us. And when that happens, sometimes later on down the road, we can take a step back and be like, oh, that's why it happened. And, this put me on this path, or this, sometimes there's a very pivotal moment. And I think that's what we're looking at here. And your angel guides pretty much saying that either you're coming into this or you're in the middle of it right now, and to kind of just really kind of trust them, because they're trying to lead you to balance, harmony, your happy, and Treasure Island. Okay. So, excuse me, my goodness. So the happy is just kind of like how it sounds. It's the happy card. The happy card is this lovely lady who is holding all the stars in this beautiful color and sitting on an egg. And I don't know if you can see the face in the egg, but eggs always represent opportunities that are about to just burst, or hatch, I guess is what probably the more appropriate thing. But I think with this particular card of happy, it's more about being joyful and content and having that sense of fulfillment. I think that's where you are being led to. And if it's more of like a relationship kind of thing, or if you're looking for a partner or something like that, this might be the time where your happiness and your joy is kind of like a magnet for other people. But pretty much, I think what they're trying to have you do is really embrace that part of you that is going back to the childlike innocence, and, feeling joy for the sake of joy, really. Okay. And then let's talk about yin, because yin is a lot about the harmony and balance, and this one is the feminine side of things. So it has to do with being a little bit more passive, gathering information and kind of sitting back and waiting for the opportunity to present itself. The yang is action driven. That's the masculine side. And I think what you are also being kind of advised with the yin card is to kind of like let others and other opportunities kind of take the lead right now. Kind of wait and see, just let the river flow and see kind of what opportunities might be flowing in your way. There's definitely going to be, it looks like something that is going to be leading itself to you. And I do think that we'll get a little bit with clarification with the tarot cards, but with the Treasure Island card here as well, there's something that is coming in where it's going to be very bountiful. Like this, the yin is very Empress energy to me, and that is a lot to do with creativity and abundance and finding that harmonious balance between action and kind of passivity. Is that a word? I think. But kind of letting other people be take your foot off the gas and pretty much sit in the passenger seat and kind of observe is the sense that I'm getting. Okay. And then that brings us to Treasure Island. And I do think with Treasure Island, what you are trying to be pushed into is more of like the law of attraction. It's like creating it's like attracting like, and you being able to create the destiny or the fate or the happy that you want. And I think that the results of this positive thinking that you are asked to kind of, embody is really going to help you in this mode to manifest things that you want. Okay. With the Treasure Island, there's a lot of unlimited potential. So really pay attention to where your mindset is, and also, what are you doing to kind of stay at a high vibration to pull the things that you want into your life. Okay. So let's take a look at, we are going to use the Tarot of Sacred Kingdoms for some clarification. Just realized all my incense is just flying out the window. I have it cracked because it's such a beautiful day. I need to know more about this fates. Happy. One more, please. That would be fantastic. Anything else? We're good. Okay, so what we got here is the King of Swords. Okay. Aw, the Lovers with the yin. Okay. The Three of Cups, clarifying the happy, and the Sun with the Fates. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay, well, let's kind of dive in and take a look at this, and we will get a little bit more clarification if we have to as well. But let's take a look at the Fates card first. Okay, it's being clarified by the Sun. The Sun is trying to radiate its positive energy and absolute golden warmth and bounty upon you. The Sun is really illuminating all the wonderful good things in your life. And if you have felt really kind of left out in the cold, and possibly, like I said in the beginning, going through kind of a rough new astrological new year, the Fates are here to kind of turn the tables for you. You are being pulled into a much higher vibration and a much higher energy, and it's really going to lead you into this happy. Now, with the happy and the Three of Cups here, I do think that there is possibly some sort of celebratory joy that is going to be maybe I think sometimes this has to do with relationships, and not necessarily romantic. It could technically be just harmonious friendships, or, people that you are spending time with that are like-minded. This could also very much mean, if you've been looking for support, or kind of like a soul tribe, or any sort of tribe, really kind of finding your soul family, this could very much be meaning that you, this month and coming into this May, kind of late spring, early summer, is really going to, oh, I have the hiccups, excuse me, is going to lead you into relationships with other people to where you feel valued and where you feel belong. It's definitely a celebratory card too, so it might also have a lot of things to do with getting together with, like I said, those who mean a lot to you in a celebratory event. So hey, maybe it's something that's coming out of the Fates and the Sun that you guys are all celebrating. Who knows? So with the Yin and the Lovers card, okay, so like we kind of talked about with the Yin being a very feminine energy, the Lovers is a Gemini card, and this is partnerships. This is kind of, it could also mean decisions, one side or the other when it comes to the same coin. I'm going to get a little bit more clarification on this, because it does seem like you could be either offered some sort of union with something or someone, or you are going to be faced with a decision. It could be kind of like a fork in the road type of situation too, where you have a chance to move on into two very seemingly prosperous paths, but which one is the right one for you, and which way do you want it to take you? So with the Treasure Island, we kind of talked about unlimited, ability to manifest and kind of creating your own abundance. I think with the King of Swords, that is going to be you this month. You are going to have that clarity and that really powerful intellect to where you are going to be in a very good harmonious place to pay attention to your thoughts and be very, very, just pay attention to kind of where your thoughts are leading you. You're trying to shift into a new mindset, and it's really going to bring about more positivity into your life the more you put it out there. Because like what we were talking about with the Treasure Island and it being a law of attraction card, you're going to need this kind of strength of mind to kind of keep you on that path of staying at that higher vibration so that you bring in what you want to kind of create in your life. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to get my Baruch deck here and get a little bit of clarification. Some more clarification actually is what I'm trying to say. He's already kind of pre-shuffled, so we're just gonna let him fly. Let's see what comes out. Oh, something's coming fast. Actions. Okay, more celebratory. Oh my goodness. Okay, anything else? Gotcha. So much. Okay, here we go. They really wanted to clarify quite a bit. Okay, so what we are looking at here. I'm just going to pick all these dudes up and lay them down. So we have the Three of Swords. Okay, Three of Swords and the Page of Swords. We also have the Four of Wands and the King of Swords. Okay, that's two kings. All right, you got two King of Swords here that are really watching over what you are doing. We have the Five of Wands, the Nine of Wands when it comes to the happy. We have the Eight of Wands clarifying the Sun, and I'm going to take one last card off the back for the Moon. Okay. All right, so getting a little bit more clarification onto what this may mean for you. And excuse me while I bring the camera down just a hair. Okay, so what we're looking at here with the Fates, this is coming in fast and hot. And with the Fates card here and how we talked about in the beginning about, kind of you not knowing what is happening for you and being able to see things only in hindsight, that's kind of where the Moon, I think we're getting clarification on that it's kind of like you do not see what the path is right now. You can't really see the forest for the trees right now. You are just going to have to trust, okay? Because whatever this energy is that's going to lead you to this beautiful sun energy is coming in quick. There is some sort of change of events that seem to be at play here after quite a period of battle. I think that with, the happy and this joyous card with the Nine of Wands and the Five of Wands, there was some sort of internal struggle that you might have had. And with the Nine of Wands being here, he's kind of like, he's done with the crap, right? He's absolutely done with the BS, but he's still standing tall. And he is waiting for that that moment to where the Ten of Wands is going to kind of come in, and the Ten of Wands has a lot to be more with like overburdened and work and that sort of thing. But he's kind of just like, he's done his battle, he's taken it easy, but at the same time, this is probably something that is past and behind you right now, or this is going to also be kind of the mentality that you are possibly trying to move away from. So I think what they're trying to say is to kind of be, like we said over here, kind of really pay attention to your mindset, because like is going to attract like, and what you are trying to manifest right now is going to be a lot more elevated. We are not going to, we're going to try and stay in the sun and the King of Wands, the King of Swords and whatnot energy, because that's what we want to pull in. We want more of that. We want more of the abundance. We want more of the prosperity. We want the clarity. We want this. We don't want to be stuck in defense and battle mode. Okay. Like Five of Wands has a lot to do with kind of, it could be like strife, discord, arguments, things like that when it comes to it. Blocking of action. Maybe you just felt like you couldn't move forward, and you kind of maybe you don't trust yourself in being able to kind of see what's before you and make this decision. But I do see, with the clarification that we had with the Lovers and the Yin, remember how we talked about how we're going to kind of just let things flow, and we're going to see what presents to ourselves. We talked about there being a significant, possibly decision or a partnership on the horizon, some sort of joining of forces. And this could be literally with people, this could be work, this could be two paths that are crossing, and you're going to have to make a crucial decision. And what I think what we're looking at here is, with the Yin, is with the King of Swords, you're going to have to be, how do I want to say this? You are going to have to, again, with the Yin, you're going to have to sit back and kind of let everything reveal itself. Like the King of Swords is a very sharp-minded, intellectual person who is extremely intelligent and able to cut through the crap with his mind. So there is very much probably a lot of ambiguity about this particular decision, but I do see you having a very clear understanding of which way you are going to want to go, based on the fact that things are going to reveal itself to you. Okay. With the King of Swords double here, especially, there is a potential over here where, you might be kind of, again, doubting yourself and slipping into some sort of negative self-talk or self-limiting beliefs type of thing. The Three of Swords, you can sometimes speak to, heartache, and things that, weigh on us emotionally. It has a lot to do with our thoughts, and you are definitely someone who, and maybe you're an air sign where you live in your head a lot, or maybe you're a fire sign who's more action oriented. But either way, I do think that you're going to have to really slow down and be more of an observer right now in order for you to gain that clarity and know which way to leap when this opportunity presents itself. Okay. And we're going to get a little bit more information as to what that opportunity is going to look like with the regular old Rider-Waite deck. I just want to get a little bit more. What is this situation? Please tell me. Oh, star. Oh my gosh. Okay. There we go. Star. So hopes and dreams. Anything else? Okay. Yes. Okay. Did I not say that this might lead to overburden? You're going to have to stay out of the energy because you're really nurturing something right here. Okay. All right. Here we go. Taking a rest. Yes. Okay. So here we go. This, I think, is a lot to do with more of an emotional and spiritual journey or even psychological. That is, you're fighting a battle in your heart and in your mind, and maybe things have not turned out in your life quite the way that you wanted them to, or maybe you've just gone through a very dark period in the past several months where you have really been beaten down and you can barely see the light. Okay. there is a sense of being really overburdened, taking on too much, possibly stressing yourself out, but all for the fact that you've been planting the seeds and you've wanted something to very much grow, okay? And now it's time to take a step back. Now it's time, you've put in the back-breaking work, okay? So whatever this is that you've done, you have put in the back-breaking work, and what I see here is that now it's time to stop. It's not to stop working, but it's time to let your seeds grow, okay? With the star card here, this is about your hopes and your wishes and your dreams and being able to kind of create and make, bring the heavens down, down to earth. And you're going to have to do that by taking a little bit of a rest, okay? I think for you, Pal One, like with the yin and all this other stuff here, you're going to have to take a little bit more of a passive role. And I think with the Four of Swords, you need to give your mind a rest. Maybe you need to go into some form of meditation or some sort of calming type space, but you're going to have to give your mind a break, okay? There's tons of swords energy right here related to this decision, and with the yin and taking the path that and being passive about making that decision. You are going to have to take a rest and wait for everything to kind of flow to you in order to make a conscious decision. And you will be able to make that decision once you are rested, once you are mentally not stressed anymore, and able to kind of take a deep breath, look at things from all angles, and be able to move forward with some clarity. Okay, if swords are it's fast movement, and I don't think you are being advised to act impulsively. Okay, you are being more. You need to rest. You need to recharge. You need to give that brain a break, and you need to kind of watch your seeds grow. Watch your seeds plant. No, you already planted them. Watch your seeds grow. Okay, let's get just a couple messages from whoever wants to come through. Could be your higher self, could be your angels, spirit guides, could be past loved ones. I don't know, but we're gonna get them. All right, who wants to talk to Pal One? Oh my gosh. What else? I have anything else to say to them? No? Okay, just one single message. And look what it is. It's retreat. Time spent alone, reflection on past and current situations. That couldn't be more clear, actually. You are surrounded right now by a lot of support, and your angels are here and your spirit guides are here to let you know that they are trying to push you through into a better opportunity, a better light, a better way of being, more positive mindset, just kind of your happy, your treasure island. But I think you are going to have to release and let things go. Maybe if it's releasing things that, were a disappointment and didn't come into fruition. Oh well. Throw it out, let it go. If it's something where, you have been taking on too much and you've overburdened, overcommitted yourself, push it out, let it go. You have to be able to close these doors in order for all this stuff to kind of open up to you, and really stay in that mindset and believe and trust in yourself that this is happening and that it's coming to you soon. I mean, we have that 8 of Wands. So I do think that for the month of May, there's going to be kind of a really significant period of really dynamic growth, but it's not going to be, while it's coming in fast, it's not going to be a whirlwind of chaos. It's going to be kind of like a steady rate of just growth and self-care and really understanding and taking a step back to see what you want to create for the rest of the year. This is the time to do it, and it looks like you have everybody on your side to make that happen. Okay. All right, Pal One, that is everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here. If this reading resonated with you, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. I appreciate any of you who are ever here. And I really hope that this month of May goes well for you. Okay. Thanks so much. I appreciate you. Take care. Hey there, pile 2. If you chose the green aventurine stone, this will be your reading for everything that should be happening or coming into fruition for the month of May. All right. Happy birthday to my Taurus and to my Gemini people, my Gemini brothers and sisters. So for you, we have Owl with the number 23. There are spiritual messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition. So, ooh, you are in a period of transition, guys and gals. Let's take a look. It's a little noisy outside, so if you hear like kids screaming and stuff, it's just one of those beautiful spring days where we live, and they don't happen that often, and nice and warm, and kids are outside going cray cray. So if you hear hoots and hollerings, nobody's being murdered. It's just neighborhood kids. Also, sorry about the sunlight. I really want... Why am I apologizing for sunlight? We're not going to apologize for sunlight. But I realize that this might be a little bit difficult for you to see. So as the sun shifts and moves here in my little desk space here, we will, it'll probably get a little bit more clear, but all right, we got 3. Amazing. Anything else? Because we need to know about this transition, this wisdom, this owl. A flipper. I will take you. Ooh, moving into calmer waters. Anything else for my lovely pile 2s? Okay. We do not. We are using the Tarot of the Sacred Kingdom right now. So we have the 6 of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, the 2 of Cups, and the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. You have a lot of 2s and 3s. We have the 23, we have the 3, and we have 2 2s. Okay. So, you know, repeating numbers, I always see them, and I like to remind other people that repeating numbers are very much a sign that the universe, somebody, your spirit guides, anybody is trying to get your attention. They're sending you messages, and it could be hope, it could be wisdom. 2s are about kind of coming together, it could be companionship, it could be 2 forces joining together. It's couple. It's a couple. It's joining. It's where 3s are more about kind of like expansion, but 2s are kind of like the building. You're building things. Number 1s are usually like, oh, manifestation. 2 is kind of building blocks and pulling things together, and then 3s are expansion. So that really does kind of go with a period of transition. But for whatever reason for you, pile 2, I do think that there is some sort of decision that you have made and possibly are trying to juggle. Okay, there might be something that there's some sort of partnership or balance or how do I want to say this? Because I don't think this is more relationship at all. I don't think this has to deal with people. I think this is, I think I kind of said this in pile 1 too, where it's 2 sides of the same coin. And I think that with the 2 of Cups, which can technically be sometimes something to do with romantic partnerships, I think this is more about a balance between you and possibly your spirituality. Okay, there's something that is coming together in a particular way, and it's kind of new for you. You're kind of trying to sort things out and maybe juggle it, just kind of see where things lie. But I do think that there is some sort of help that is coming into fruition, kind of on a more of an earthly realm. Maybe you are looking for like-minded people. Maybe you're looking for, you know, kind of like support or even knowledge, seeking kind of like a master or a teacher or even like mentorship when it comes to something you want to understand better. And it could be spirituality, or it could be anything that is really significant in your life right now. But the 6 of Swords is kind of you moving into calmer waters. You're leaving a lot behind, and kind of it the sixes that are always that always follow fives, duh. But because we always know that fives are have a tendency to be a little bit negative. They can be about loss and, the more of the negative side of the journey, but the six is always like you're moving away from it. So whatever has been kind of going on with you recently, I do see for the month of May, you are moving past it and kind of really sorting out where this transition is taking you. So maybe the transition was not so, or actually was obvious in the beginning, but you weren't sure what to do with it, if that makes sense. Because sometimes things happen and they do set us on certain paths, but at the same time we don't know how to go about it. It's kind of like, wanting to learn any sort of skill, and where do I go from here? Where do I start? It's kind of like me and maybe knitting or something. I have no idea how to knit. I know how to go buy yarn, but like I just have to get needles and what I I need to figure it out as I go. I need to watch a YouTube channel. I need to go ask my, little old lady up the street how to do it, something like that. It's kind of taking that next step in the journey where you are finally starting to figure out where you want to go and how to go about it. It's building blocks. It's one step at a time. Okay. We are going to get some clarification with the wisdom of the oracle, actually, because I wanted to see what these situations mostly were about. So let's see here what we got going on. These never shuffle well. I might just, because they don't like to flip out. They're really waxy. Heavily laminated, I guess is what you want to call it. So tell you what, let's see if anything pops out. And if not, I will just take one. Yeah, we're going to take one. So I'm going, wow. Okay, pile one got the fates as well. So you might have alternate messages in the fates as well. We have by the book with the number 11. We have higher power. Yeah. And we have observer. Wow. Okay. And if there are any pile ones who happen to be watching pile two, I use that word quite a bit where you are being advised to be an observer. I think both of you might be kind of in similar energies. And, for the collective, with everything that's been going on in, this astrological past couple months and everything, everybody has been in very similar energy. They've just been experiencing it a little bit differently. So it does make sense that there would be kind of repeating. Holy moly, April, what are you doing? It does make sense that there would be similar cards that kind of would pop out, but it's always interesting when I see the kind of the recurring themes. Okay, here we go. So what I see here with the fates, and I talked about this in pile 1 too. The fates is divine timing, it's destiny, it's karma. I think of it as the tarot version of the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, something is trying to turn in your favor, and what we're going to do with by the book is that we are going to let this happen. And just so you know, this is an 11, which reduces to 2. So you have lots of 2s again here. We are going to kind of take it step by step and really pay attention to how we are going to build on this particular either transition that you're going through, a journey, some sort of, even I could even say like transformation. I would not be surprised if the Tower or the Death card pop up somewhere in here, because I do get the sense that there was some sort of I don't want to say cataclysmic, that always sounds awful. Some sort of significant event that might have taken place, because transformation, something has to kind of be changed, or it needs to end drastically. Okay. And we do have why can't I read? The higher power here with the number 4 and the observer with a number 9. But, let's go back to the by the book real quick. The by the book, it is also where there's a lot of a structure, but it has a lot to do with kind of respecting the universal laws. Okay, so this is like the law of karma, the law of attraction, and with the fates, that's a lot about the law of karma, right? And just like how these principles kind of create this perfect order. And you're not going to be able to, since you're in a period of transition, you're not going to be able to jump from step 1 to 9. Okay, this is definitely going to be a by the book, step 1, step 2, step 3. You can't build an IKEA dresser by jumping from page 2 to page 7. Okay, you know what I mean? If that makes sense to you people who have ever tried to put together furniture. And then we have higher power. So higher power is kind of exactly how it sounds. It's a lot of, it's contact with your higher power. It could be the presence of your spirit guides. It could be your higher self, but it's pretty much asking you to commit to a partnership with your spirituality, with spirit, with the universe, whoever you subscribe to. Okay. And it's kind of like higher power is, number one, it's releasing your control to a higher power and just saying, what is going to be the greatest good for me as well as everybody else? And then how can I push that through and make that happen? How can you use me in order to make things better for myself and others? But you are always divinely guided and protected. That is very much a number 4 symbols, especially if you see repeating 4s and that sort of thing. That usually has to do with like it's an angel number where you are around your angels are around you. They're there making their presence known. Be on the lookout for repeating 4s, okay? But you are... this card particularly reminds you that you are more than just a person. You're an immortal soul, okay, and you're gifted with this human life and being able to do things within your control to make things better for yourself and have a very significant impact and be used by the creator or the divine in order to bring about the beautiful change that needs to happen to yourself, others, the world, etc. Okay. And then we come to the mighty observer, okay? And the observer is just how it sounds. It's a different perspective. It's being very neutral and taking a step back and being able to look at the bigger picture and just being, like I said, very neutral, observing a situation or a happening and not really jumping to any particular conclusion, just kind of be like, that's interesting, and kind of filing it away for later until it makes a little bit more sense or you're willing to break it down, okay? A lot of people, most of us see the world through something very personal where it's like, this is, how does it affect me? And the first thing when something happens is like, ooh, what does that mean for me? They really identify really closely with their feelings and these experiences. So sometimes you need to take a step back and really look at it from afar or at a specific distance to kind of understand your circumstances take it from like a third party or something. So like, if you are looking at a circumstance or this transition or transformation, something that is happening to you, you're immediately putting your own thoughts and opinions and things on it, as to how it affects you and how you feel about it. Take a step back, look at it like it's happening to somebody else, okay? Kind of be that neutral third party. And if it was happening to somebody else, what would you feel, say, or do for them? And kind of apply that to yourself, okay? Just be that neutral person that you're going to need right now in order to just really casually observe what is happening. This is time where you could probably be able to, if you can step back, you can see things a lot clearer, instead of being so narrow lens, kind of like laser focused on one aspect of the transition or opportunity or whatever's coming in, which we will get more clarification from. Okay. All right. Let's see. What do I want to use the Baroque. Yes, I do. Let's use the Baroque Tarot today. This is my favorite deck, but and look how pretty it looks in the sun. Okay, just because it's gilded, it feels so fancy. And honestly, the cards feel amazing. But I try to vary. You know what I mean? Variety is the spice of life. What else can you tell me? What is going on with our pile twos and all these twos and transitions and anything else? Sometimes we're chatty, sometimes it's like, you just take those messages and we'll run with it. Okay, here we go. Okay, we have, the Hermit. Okay. That's very interesting, especially since it's kind of over here with the Observer. But, you know, it doesn't really matter where it's placed. We just kind of go with all of it. All right, the Five of Wands. Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups. And we have the Five of Swords. Okay. And then, oh, there was a couple that snuck in there. That's really interesting. Five of Swords, Ace of Cups, King of Wands. I'm going to scoot you over. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Wow. That's really interesting. So let's kind of take a second to kind of mentally unpack this, because there's a lot of very specific things here that are... I think there's several messages here that don't all quite play into one or another. But let's kind of start with the Hermit, okay? You know, the Hermit is going within and really shedding a light on the deep, dark part of your soul. Things that want to come to light. Things that want the light shed on it. It's a personal journey of learning. It can also mean, you know, it's a Virgo card. It can also mean a little bit of loneliness and isolation, but I don't think that is the case at this time. I think there is something that you need to cultivate within you that isn't quite to the surface. This Hermit in this particular deck, he's not holding the lantern. It's funny. It kind of reminds me of those little fish in the really deep, dark recesses that have that thing that comes over their head. And never mind. But he's not holding the lantern, but it kind of comes from the back of his mind, if you can see that with all the sunshine. But it is kind of like, you know, the lantern of light coming from your mind, from the deep, dark recesses. And it is asking you to really pay attention and shed some light on this particular journey and where you want it to go. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles, you know, this is definitely something that's coming out of a clear blue sky. There is a form of manifestation. And I really feel like this is more manifestation when it comes to, because Pentacles can sometimes represent new financial, you know, or even career opportunities, but there's great potential in something. And I do think it has more to do with manifestation and things that you want to create. There is a very specific time right now for you to be able to go within and really pay attention to what exactly you want this life to look like. Okay. And it's time to really manifest this in a way where it means improvement. So like I said, with the owl, you were definitely going through a transformation and transition. And, you know, maybe this has to do with improving your income. Maybe it has something to do with, improving your health or body, starting a new occupation, or something, some sort of something that you desire that is going to be provide you some stability in whatever form you want that to be. But there is something opportunistic about this moment after this period of hermiting that you will be able to have some sort of clarity to be able to move forward and create what you want. Which kind of brings me to the King of Wands. Okay. With this dude, he is kind of, if he had to be anybody, he'd be kind of like, the entrepreneur. He'd be like the Elon Musks or something like that. He's kind of like a visionary, an entrepreneur. But either way, they're very charismatic, kind of natural leader type people. This could mean that you are being asked to take a personal leadership in your own life, to kind of prioritize and look at your opportunities, kind of like a business opportunity, in order to improve or gain something from it. And this transition that you are apparently going through really has this ability to make you feel very empowered and especially when it comes to manifesting, you are going to be able to do this in a way where you are going to feel very empowered. You are going to be able to control the things that you're able to control, obviously, but things that are coming into your life and really being able to act on them in a very decisive way. So just kind of keep that in mind. But we do have the Four of Wands. I'm sorry, not the Four. I apologize. It's the Five of Wands here. And that has a lot to do with kind of disagreeing on that shared vision. And I do think that is probably you and your own brain, self-doubt, self-limiting beliefs, kind of second-guessing yourself. Yep, sorry about that. Okay, yep. Noise. It's almost like a dog barking. But what I was saying is this could be you kind of doubting your vision. With the Hermit card, again, I go through this too, where, you question yourself and you wonder if this is really the right way to go, or if this is, is it meant to be? And is this going to really lead me down the path that I want? It's some people who live too much in their brains really look at that and have a hard time with taking that leap of faith because of internal conflict and not knowing, and kind of living in the what if moments, which, all of us do. These guys, they look like they're kind of in the middle of like a debate or like kind of a disagreement or something like that. And there might be a couple sides that they're trying to take, but it's a lot of just kind of being able to make sense out of the chaos and trying to come to the best goal for yourself, or the best outcome, I should probably say, not the best goal, or the best way to move towards your goal is more closer to what I was trying to say. This could also be, people who are maybe being a little kind of like naysayers with what you want to do and what you want to create. You're going to have to kind of push through that and get them all to the side. You have a lot of wisdom within you in order that is going to really kind of shed a light on the way you need to go and what you need to do, like manifesting your desires as well as just like what you want to create for yourself in this period of transition. What do you want to come through and look like? So it's kind of like, the caterpillar going into the chrysalis, and while he's in there transforming, do I want to be a blue butterfly? Do I want to be a green butterfly? What if I'm a brown butterfly and I'm not, it's kind of like that. And you have those answers within you. You're just going to have to really tone it down, quiet it, quiet all those negative, disagreements that's going on within your brain in order for you to kind of really seize this opportunity. Okay. And develop what it is you want. So I do want to talk about the Five of Swords because it has a lot, again, to do with the Five of Wands and the fact that it's kind of like winning at all costs. It's discord. It's acknowledging a conflict of interest and disagreements. And I think it's funny that it's next to the Fates and by the book, and having to do almost with like competition. Okay, there is neither one of these is wrong for you in any way. Things that are coming out of its own divine timing, and then also being able to kind of make sure that you are going step by step and by the book, and fighting against that is really going to not be beneficial to you right now. So just kind of be able to reconcile the fact that you are going to have a lack of control over how quickly you manifest or how quickly you transform through this journey. Really kind of let that go, and be able to kind of talk things out, and maybe let things kind of cool down and show themselves to you before you kind of get into this kind of fight mode with what's happening to you, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You're just gonna have to make amends. Okay, definitely. You're gonna have to make amends and understand that all of this is going to be happening to you or for you and not to you. But it's transformation is never that smooth journey. It's going to be up and down, but you do have the answers within you. You do have this wonderful ability to create exactly what you want. You just have to really kind of stay out of that. You just have to keep that vision before you. It exactly is what I'm trying to say. Especially since with, the Ace of Cups, we're looking at a lot of harmony and fulfillment for you. The Ace of Cups, I love to see, because it's like spiritual wholesomeness. It's this beautiful overflowing cup that, with this one, it's a hand kind of like reaching up from the sea actually, and like this little cute little white dove bringing this coin to a fountain. It's overflowing. You have this beautiful abundance of either being connected to divine or some sort of creativity or connection, but either way, it's going to be a lot of emotional fulfillment, and don't let yourself block that. You know what you want to create and how you are going to want to do it, but you just have to stay away from these two polarizing energies on either side. Okay. Just, it's hard to say trust your intuition. People say it very lightly, and it is something that you can have a hard time doing, because what's intuition and what is your ego talking? It can be kind of hard to differentiate. But let's get just a little bit more information and clarification as to what's going on. Maybe some confirmation, or maybe sometimes it likes to reiterate itself. Either way, I don't know. I'm just going to get more messages, and then we will look at getting some actual messages sourced from the divine. So, okay. Do we have anything else to say? Yeah. Okay. So, High Priestess, Star, Wishes, Knowing, Inner Knowing, the Sun. This is what's coming about for you, pile 2. That's awesome. Okay. We're going to take that. Okay, cool. So no more being left out in the cold. You are definitely taking charge of this situation. The High Priestess, she's going to give you are going to give yourself that knowledge, okay? There is no more of not being able to solve these problems. You are going to tap into that wonderful intuition and inner knowing that you have, and really use the tools that you have in front of you. It's definitely going to fulfill a lot of your wishes and bring you into that golden, beautiful sunlight. Pile 1 had the sun card too, actually. So, and yeah, actually they did have the star card as well. So yeah, definitely check out Pile 1, you know, and see if there's any messages that resonate with there too. My incense is almost out. Oh, don't burn all my cards. Okay. So yes, we are looking at wish fulfillment. We are looking at you being able to go within and really pay attention and sort out what exactly is that loud ego voice that kind of tells you you can't do things, and you are going to be able to smush that guy, tap into your inner wisdom and your own intuition, that soft little voice that tells you exactly which way to go. So only if you can believe in yourself, and you are going to be able to solve this problem. You are going to push through this transition. You are going to be able to make these beautiful golden wishes and manifest exactly what you want for yourself. And you're going to come into the sun. So I think by the end of May, we are going to be looking at kind of the completion of a cycle. I think I think that kind of when we first started this reading too, I said, you know, you could have already started this transition, you could be in the middle of it, or you could be beginning. I do think for the majority of you, you are more towards the end of this transition now. And I think that your spirit guides are just coming through to tell you that you are going to make the right decision. They are definitely here for you. You are not going to feel like you are left out in the cold anymore, or abandoned, or that nobody has your back, because they very much do. But there is a lot of creativity and manifestation that you are going to have to take on in order to move you into this golden sun energy. Ooh, hiccups again. Okay. Well, let's see if there are any very particular messages from whoever wants to come across. This could always be spirit guides. This could be just spirit in general. Or this could be, hey, you know what? Past loved ones. Only you will know that. But let's see if we can get some messages. What's the advice? What do you have to say to my pile? Choose. Anything else? Oh, wisdom. You have the owl and the wisdom card and overcoming obstacles and awakening. Holy moly. Okay, so that did reiterate a lot of the same messages. So denial, okay? Failure to accept a situation, unhealthy cycles or addictions. And we did talk about that in a very sense with the transition and being able to overcome the self-limiting beliefs and really making sure that this whole cycle is happening for you and not to you. You got to let that go. And I think this is part of just them hammering it home, saying, you know, you really need to, in order for all of this beautiful transition to take place, you don't want to be stuck in this energy of just transition for a very long time. You want to be able to kind of complete this so you can see all the beautiful things that come in afterwards. We also have the awakening, a realization, shift, or discovery, and that could very much be with this whole thing of breaking these unhealthy cycles, addictions. And I don't mean the traditional addictions. It's more of like worry and anxiety and not realizing and accepting yourself as the amazing, creative individual that you are, okay? Overcoming obstacles, get back on your feet, gain strength from difficult situations, absolutely. And then we have wisdom, knowledge gained through experiences or from a wise counselor, okay? So I don't think I need to kind of keep going on the same thing. The cards pretty much, we talked exactly about all of these. And I think that this was just kind of them, like I said, hammering it home and letting you know that, yeah, they're here. They see what you're doing. You are definitely coming through a shift. There is going to be an awakening. These obstacles are going to be overcome and you're going to be wiser for it. You have the wisdom within you. You already have that owl card and you have the hermit card of going within. It's all within you. You just have to pull it out. Like that hermit guy with his little lantern. You just have to shed that light on those dark recesses of your soul and your brain that kind of hide that stuff and pull it to the surface. Pull it to the surface. Okay. All right, pile twos, thank you so much for being here. If this reading resonated with you, I would very much appreciate it if you took a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. That greatly helps the channel grow and helps people find my videos. And with that being said, I appreciate, again, you being here, and I hope to see you again at your next reading. Take care. Hey there, pile three. If you chose the Tiger's Eye stone, this will be your reading for upcoming May 2024 predictions and advice. Happy birthday, early birthday to my Taurus and fellow Geminis. This is coming into your season. And thank you also for being so patient while I took a much needed break from tarot. I'm sorry, and I am now getting caught up. So thank you again for being patient. For you, pile three, first off, we have the Sun. With the number 30, open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. And that's beautiful. There's this gorgeous sunflowers and the sunshine, and it's just radiating its lovely golden warmth. So right off the bat, I get chills. I think there's going to be something really interesting ahead for you in the month of May. But let's take a look at the wisdom of the Oracle and get you some specific situations, advice, and clarify with the tarot. 4 cards, please. 1 more. Thank you. Okay. I do not see these ones that often. I kind of feel like the same ones pop out here and there, and that makes sense because we're always, you know, the energies of the universe, we all experience it in this, not in the same way, but the energy is all the same, but we experience it differently. So makes sense when we see similarities, but I get really excited when I see, these different cards pop out. Okay, enough chitter chat. I will just go on and on. Okay, so here we go. We have deep knowing, we have a new life, we have a leg up, and we have blessed. Okay, so for you, pile three, let's pay attention to the number 43, which is deep knowing. This is a lot about your intuition and being kind of hypersensitive to the little voice, your intuition, that is inside you that is really trying to come out and speak to you right now. Okay, intuition is something that really helps harmonize and open up a dialogue with spirit and with your consciousness that you are not quite aware of. It's things that you can't see with your naked eye, but there is something to be said about that intuitive part of us that has that really quiet, deep knowing that you can't really explain to anybody else, but you know that this is going to happen, or that about you have a very strong feeling about a particular situation. And it's not like, ooh, I feel very strongly and drawn to this. It's more like it's just this quiet, calm thing that tells you what it is. It's funny because we all have this natural capacity that I believe to access our inner guidance, but we kind of are trained out of that. And I think right now this is something that your spirit guides and the universe is trying to tell you to tap right into again and really possibly hone your skills in order to ask and receive the answers from unusual sources that you might not possibly typically hear from, I guess I want to say. And then right here we have the new life, which is the number 39. And new life has a lot to do with, it's awakening, it's birth of new ideas, it's growth, it's opportunity. And I do see that there is a lot of growth ahead for you with the Sun card. You might be in the middle of a really coming out of a deep transformation that you have been going through, the end of a cycle. There is a very interesting energy that has been going on with this new beginning of this new astrological year, and there was a lot of kind of rocky energy in the beginning, and we had all these eclipses and things with the moon going on. It's just been, some people, including myself, were felt quite kind of shut up in a closet and unable to kind of come out and see the light, essentially. And I don't mean like depression, I just mean like just really being stifled with your energy and just being completely sucked dry. But with the new life card, it's kind of like spring. It's rebirth. It's joy, and things blossoming around you, including in yourself. It's nature promising the beautiful, bountiful spring and summer ahead. It's really one of those things that just speaks of amazing prosperity and growth for what is coming ahead. And then we got the cute little polar bear leg up. And I think it's actually kind of funny that you have a couple sevens in this. We have 34 and 43, actually two flip-flop numbers. So those numbers may be significant to you. They could be ages, it could be anything. But both of them reduced to 7, and we got 2 sevens here, which is a lot about prosperity. We also have the number 22, that equals to 4, plus 12, which is 3. So we have a lot of 3s here, actually, which is a lot about expansion. So take that as it resonates. Something I usually like to point out, or at least try to point out. I'm very much into numerology, so I really, I'll bring it out here and there into the tarot cards every once in a while. Okay, enough about that. But we do have a leg up here. So something is going to be coming through and giving you kind of that extra boost. If you take a look at that card right there with the cute little polar bear and the baby polar bear, he's climbing up on his mama to get a leg up. And this is, it's kind of, it's also you being kind of, I don't want to say pushed forward, but kind of, I don't know, this is Mercury retrograde, and I'm a Gemini, and oh my God, I cannot form words at all these past few weeks. But what I'm trying to say is somebody is trying to facilitate independence within you. A leg up is kind of like, when you pick a toddler up from falling and you kind of hold their hand a little bit, and then they start walking on their own. It's giving that, just that extra oomph that somebody needs in order to do things on themselves. The trick is to accept that this aid is completely freely given. Okay, this is something that is happening to you to help boost you. Okay, so definitely trust. You are definitely getting a boost from the universe. Okay, and it does look like, with the blessed card, you are blessed. We will just take this card at its most purest meaning, and this is something that is like an unforeseen gift from the universe, from spirit, from your guides. There's kind of these times in life when you just, everything seems to be in harmony, and everything happens with divine timing, and you can see it in action. And this is definitely kind of one of those opportunities, and you are going to recognize it, and it's going to feel so real that it's going to be almost difficult to express how deep knowing that there is somebody, the universe, spirit guides, somebody's handing you something. Somebody's giving you a leg up, a new life, and you are going to be able to recognize this immediate blessing that is going to be coming into your life. There's going, like, a lot of, I just feel this like intense hope, like, out of this reading. It's like the sea parting in front of you, and you being able to see your clear way through, and it's easy breezy, lemon squeezy. You know what I mean? So that is kind of the the overall energy that I see for May. But let's get a little bit of information from the tarot and see if we can get some specific information about what all this beautiful energy is coming in. We are going to use the Baroque deck today. Don't mind me. Thank you again, you know, for being here. I just, every once in a while, I just want to, in the middle of the reading, want to show gratitude. And it's a good time when I'm shuffling. Okay, so tell me more. Oh my gosh, Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Oh my gosh, Four of Wands. This is incredible. I don't know. I just feel so hopeful for you, pile 3. My goodness. Okay. Pop that guy up there. Let's do this. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Four of Pentacles. And we have the Four of Wands. Okay. Amazing energy to be had right here. Let's just say that. Okay, so let's make some sense of this, okay? I really do think that you have had to leave something very specific behind in order to move forward in this growth. There seems to be something that you were trying to take a lot of control over. This might have been something to do with a career or relationship. I do think that this had a lot to do with your stability, some sort of stable force in your life that you were trying to take control over, but was having quite a struggle. You felt left out in the cold. You felt extremely just kind of abandoned and alone in this. And what I see here is that you've been this battle weary soldier, and that you've kind of really been able to persevere through this whole energy in order to push through to what's on the other side of the hill, so to speak. I think that especially with the Four and Five of Pentacles here, this one has a lot to speak to control, and this one has to do with loss. It's something might have left your life and ripped a chunk of stability out of it. The Five of Pentacles kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Tower card in a very minuscule way. So something did not come to fruition that you expected, and it kind of destabilized you in a certain sense. But the universe is here to, and your spirit guides are here to let you know that they're helping you climb back up on the horse, if that makes sense. And hey, we got a horse. We got the Knight of Wands. We're entering in a new intuitive kind of opportunity here, and you are going to be able to know it when you see it. You have the Four of Wands here, which to me always represents, I know it's celebration and kind of like, you know, good things happening, but I do also sometimes look at this as, again, numerology, 1111, and that portals are opening, and that you have this moment in front of you that you are going to be able to take and kind of mold into what you want. The struggle is over, but you are really going to have to take charge and accept this like new awakening and this new life that is going to be coming into fruition. And it's funny that I said awakening, and then she's like literally awakening out of this egg. It's an egg. It looked like a shell for a moment, but it's an egg. But you have this own internal wisdom within you that has really kind of been honed from whatever conflict this was that you went through. And I think you have realized that you have zero control over this situation, and you were able to let it go and move forward. But that wasn't without quite a bit of struggle. Okay. So what we're looking at for May is that either you're coming out of this energy or you're in the middle of it and you're going to be kind of transitioning through it in May. Or, you know, that this particular growth that is coming in front of you may result from something that is going to destabilize you in a very minor way. It's not like the tower. Like I said, it's not going to rock you to your core. It's not going to tear down all your stability, but something that that you feel contributes to your stability is going to have to leave. Okay. But there are things that are happening on the sidelines and, you know, just beyond the realm that are trying to push you into this new life and this kind of blessed harmony. So that's why I think we have the deep knowing and the leg up here, is that the universe is really trying to, you know, that you're going to be okay. You absolutely know that there are better things ahead. But a lot of the time, our ego, which is the little chatterbox in our head, it kind of like causes all those doubts and insecurities, is really taking hold right now. And I think that this is something that you're going to have to really release and utilize a lot of this kind of, you know, Knight of Wands energy. I didn't really bring him into this reading too quick, did I? So what I'm looking at with the Knight of Wands is kind of like, I'm going to use him as the example because I really think this is kind of you in a sense. I think this is what you are bringing to this reading, is a lot of strength and determination. You're kind of a go-getter, and I think you are being encouraged to not play it safe and actually embrace, kind of take the risk. Think of it as kind of like the fool walking off the cliff type of thing. Except for the knight knows what his mission is. You know what your mission is. You have this deep knowing. It's just being able to accept the help from the universe in order to move forward into this prosperity. Because we do have the Nine of Pentacles here, and this is, you know, the Nine of Pentacles, which you always love to see, is like, you know, your hard work paying off. It's luxury, it's freedom, it's independence and self-sufficiency. So whatever this, you know, force is that you've been trying to control, that is going to be a little destabilizing in the month of May, is really going to be a force for good and change in this period of growth. Okay. So let's get a little bit more from the tarot. We're going to use Mr. Rider-Waite. Mr. Rider-Waite. And see what we can get. Let's see if I don't disrupt all the cards. I hate it when I do that. And I do, actually. I am going to adjust the camera just a little bit, because you're not going to be able to see everything unless I do. Okay, there we go. I really need a kind of a taller desk. Longer, taller, wider, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But now at least you can see at the bottom. But I think we're going to throw it on top. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, tell me more, Spirit. Yep. Cutting through the bullshit. Oh, sorry. Can I say that on YouTube? I don't even know. Wheel of Fortune. Yes, ma'am. Man of Cups. And this one wanted to come out. It did. And Knight of Swords. Okay. Stack you over there. Okay. How do I do this without absolutely screwing up my whole spread here? Ooh, Page of Pentacles. Okay. The Empress. Yes. Okay. All right, let's look at this. Okay, so here we go. All right, this is behind you. All right, this is you. I really do feel like this piece is you. There is something, and it's your self-doubt, it's belief, it's your beliefs. This is not like, it's something that has absolutely wounded you and destabilized you, but it's not like relationships. But also at the same time, this is really speaks to how you are thinking about the situation and how you're just going to kind of let it all go. We have the Queen of Cups. We got the Page of Pentacles. We got the King of Swords. We got the Wheel of Fortune. I'm running out of room. Got the Queen of Pentacles. So many messages here. Nine of Cups, Empress, Knight of Swords. Okay, so here we go. All right. So let's start with kind of the Wheel of Fortune first, okay? And everybody knows what the Wheel of Fortune entails. The Wheel of Fortune is a lot about good luck and karmic cycles, kind of destiny and this turning point. And I do think that this particular period of growth is something that was divinely orchestrated. That's a good word for it. Divinely orchestrated. Thank you, Mercury retrograde, for stopping for 5 seconds so I could talk. But at the same time, it also speaks to the need to recognize that you cannot control every situation. Okay, no matter how hard you tried to control the situation in order to keep this stability in your life, this period, this person, place, or thing that has been a pretty, a stable part of your life that probably you felt like you never saw leaving, even if it was something that probably wasn't serving you anymore. It was maybe kind of stagnant. Even though it's leaving you, it's still kind of destabilizing when something gets ripped out of your life, or there's a significant change in something and you're forced to kind of grow. With the Wheel of Fortune, it's kind of a time in your life where you have to understand that things are moving and are going to work out. They're going to be in your favor. You just have to kind of trust, okay? And when I think of the kind of like dude who wants to be, the trusting force, is kind of like the Page of Pentacles. I think that this is probably the guy that is, how do I want to say this? Oh, that is, he's molding himself, okay? He is trying to reinvent himself. And trying to manifest something new. There's a pretty clear goal and direction that he has, but at the same time, it's like a time. It's not enough, It's not enough just to have that particular idea. It's kind of a time to recognize the steps you need to take in order to make progress and to kind of beware of procrastination. I think with the Wheel of Fortune, it's coming into fruition, whether or not it's just you being able to recognize the opportunity and deciding to take active steps towards this. And I think especially with the Queen of Pentacles here and the Knight of Swords kind of clarifying these two, the Queen of Pentacles is kind of, that nurturing and practical person who has a very good balance on, I guess, like work and play, healthy work-life balance. She's a practical person, able to nurture others. This might be also somebody who could be coming into your life to help kind of balance this energy and really be the practical person while you pursue something else. So there might be somebody really nurturing your growth right now, but I do think with the Knight of Swords here that you are kind of being called to action. When the Knight of Swords is kind of clarifying the page and the lovely queen here, it's kind of like problem solving and making sure that you can act swiftly but decisively. So it really has a lot to do with not making hasty decisions. This particular manifestation or creation that you are trying to unfold out of this period of growth is really going to need some clarity. It's going to need a lot of practicality. It's going to need a lot of forethought. Don't act hastily. And really pay attention to your intuition, because your deep knowing here is really trying to show you the appropriate path. Okay. And it just dawned on me that I totally didn't finish this piece. I'm at Mercury. Thank you. I can't blame everything on Mercury. I really can't. It's probably just me. Yeah, it's probably just me. So let's go back to the Wheel of Fortune, though, especially with having the King of Swords here. So the King of Swords, he's that authority figure. He's very responsible, but not emotional. You know what I mean? It's authoritative, able to kind of cut, like I said when these were flying out. It was kind of like cutting through the BS, cutting through all the fluff and nonsense, and really getting at what's the point of this, you know what I mean? So definitely kind of prioritize what you're trying to be ambitious about with this, but definitely go after it with action. Be very action oriented, but very practical in your planning, and definitely look out for people who are trying to nurture this period of growth that is coming through for you. It could be, you know, even if we're taking a look at the Queen of Cups here, you know, the Queen, we could take a look at and just kind of understand that this person has the healthy emotional stability in order to kind of push through this change. And with the Empress here, it is pretty much like the same thing up here with new life. This is creating abundance. This is leaving behind all those things that made you feel unworthy, that made you feel like you were undeserving of these opportunities or these manifestations or these goals or this growth that you have been trying to achieve for yourself. Okay, we all go through periods of time where we kind of pay too much attention to those stupid self-doubts and those thoughts in there that really say, well, you couldn't do this once before. What makes you think you could do it again? That is absolute crap. And I think that's why the swords are here, is to kind of cut through all those thought processes, but at the same time provide a lot of healthy emotional balance and nurturing to this idea that is coming, or growth in your life that's coming into bloom. Okay, because we're coming into a lot of self-fulfillment and abundance and prosperity, and we just have to be able to cut through the crap and really look at what's being offered to us through this divine timing. And with all these little energies up here that we talked about that were so awesome, you know, you're going to have to really pay attention to your intuition and that own deep knowing, and listen to those itty bitty little voices that are in your head telling you, and I don't have any advice for this, but being able to differentiate the noise and self-doubt and the intuition, because intuition doesn't give you those self-doubts. It's completely different. And I wish I had a more eloquent way of explaining that. And it's kind of like intuition. You just know, okay? You either get it or you don't. And I wish I was better able to describe that to you. But, you know, like we were talking about before, there's going to be a significant rebirth here and an opportunity for amazing growth and improvement. You just really have to kind of take that by force and be really decisive in your goals and where you want to go with it, and accept the help that the universe is offering you, the opportunities and the things that are going to be coming in, people that might be coming in to help you with this. And it's I think May is going to be one of those months where it's going to fly by, and it's going to be, I don't want to say crazy busy, because definitely not chaotic. I don't get that sense, but it's going to be steady, and it's a period of growth where you're going to be very consciously aware of it, and you're going to be able to see you achieve goal after goal after goal. Because I do think with the Knight of Swords being on a mission and being conquering, you know, with the Nine of Cups here, there's a lot of fulfillment that I see, kind of like, you know, somebody who's been busting their butt at the gym trying to lose weight, and then they're getting on the scale every week and just watching it tick down, every goal just bam bam bam. That's what I kind of see for you here, pile 3. Let's get some actual messages from your spirit guides some advice. It could be spirit guides. I said this in the other piles too. It could be spirit guides, could be universe, or it could be people who just want to pop in and give you advice, like loved ones, soul family, anybody you're connected to, your higher self. All right. Let's see what we got to say to pile 3. Give us some, oh, that's nice. Now opportunity. Yes. Okay. That's a lot. Got messages on messages. Okay. So let's see if I can get this all pretty again. Okay. So we have new opportunity, insights gained from a new job, experience, or partner. And yes, that is absolutely what we saw coming in, right? A period of growth, an opportunity, a leg up. You know, opportunity to really pay attention to that inner wisdom in order to push you through to these particular goals. You're going to be resolving issues, solving inner conflict with others, healing past traumas, really making sure that those self-limiting beliefs that you have are going to be squashed. Aw, and then past life connection. So someone with heavy influence from a past life is with you. And I do think that that person is the one that is kind of giving you the leg up and guiding you in this sense. I do, for whatever reason, really feel like this is a Queen of Pentacles person. And I don't want to say that this is a mother or father or anything, but it was a very nurturing and stabilizing force in a past life. This could be also a mentor, could be a teacher, anybody who really kind of brought you into the amazing person that you were in a past life and now is kind of probably echoing into the future. And then we have sacrifice, giving up something now for a future reward. And yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about that a little bit ago with the need to control and hang on to things that are meant to leave. Okay. You are going to have to sacrifice a little bit of that stability. And when I say stability in this particular way, when we were talking about something of stability leaving your life, I think of you giving up something that it just blipped right out of my mind. It really reminds me of giving something up that really wasn't like you were just holding on to for the sake of holding on to it. It wasn't doing anything for you. It wasn't working for you. It just has always been. So it's kind of almost like resolving issues is kind of like repeating cycles. Like, I've always done this, and you know, maybe it never worked for you, but it was the only way you knew how to go about it. So you kept just like, you know, fake it till you make it type thing, or, you know, just being like that, you know, I'm going to get knocked down and get right back up on the same horse over and over again. Sometimes you need a new horse. Okay. Sometimes it's not you. Sometimes it's your horse. So get on a different horse. And I think that's the sacrifice you're going to have to make, is you're going to have to freely let that go in order for this stuff to open back up and come in, because you got the 4 of Wands. Those portals are opening. You have the door to walk through into this beautiful harmony in May. The sun's coming out. You're going to be basking in the glow. You're getting a lot of help from a past life connection, possibly spirit guides. I mean, you know, and this guy's been upside down. Yeah. I did that. That was my fault. But yes, that is exactly what I see for you, pile 3. Thank you so much for being here. If this reading resonated with you, I would very much appreciate it if you took a moment to like the video, comment down below, and also consider subscribing to the channel. Maybe, maybe not. I'm working hard to get more regular videos out for you guys after my brief energetic hiatus. So if you want to see more content from me, please click the subscribe button and hit that little notification bell so you actually get notified when I upload. So thank you again for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you have a beautiful month of May. Happy spring. Happy birthday to Taurus and Geminis. And I will see you at your next reading. Take care.